The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Welcome, everybody. It's Tuesday, February 28th, the last day of the month, 2023. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Otis Wiley and Jehuu Caulcrick. And this is Sparta, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us live, please hit that subscribe or like button. The thumbs up button is the one. Again, thank you for doing that. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms, and it's just how you do it right here. Thanks for tuning in to This is Sparta MSU. Interested in hearing more from us? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. Click on the link in the bio to head to our link tree for more information. Help us grow our following by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Tell your friends and family to do the same. Have an idea for a future episode? Let us know in the comments section below. And now, back to the show. Hey, gentlemen, how you guys doing today? Feeling good?
I didn't get the memo. What did the kids say?
Don't you?
What did the kids say? We outside.
Cash me outside. National Pancake Day. But we got to talk a little bit about Michigan State basketball, guys, and the game that should have been last week against Iowa. Guys, what are your thoughts about the heartbreaking loss with the Spartans against Iowa?
Well, one, Harriet out here is in Mexico, so shout out to
what's
Harriet.
up, Harriet, dude?
Hey, Harriet.
Man,
so
it's got to be warm down there, right?
Harriet is Miss Frizzle from Magic School Bus. She got that Michigan State bus, right?
Yes,
yes, she does. Supposed to be the Wileys when she, resumes that. But I can't explain my feelings when I was watching that game and the current events of we had it locked and loaded. The win was in the bag, and everything in my mind kept saying it ain't over till the fat lady sings, right? Like I saw us shooting the free throws. I saw us kind of doing a little giddy, like laughing, ha, ha, ha. You talk about hee, ha, ha from J.U. standpoint. Hee, ha, ha.
Too much hee, ha, ha.
And then you see these dudes hitting threes after threes and like timeouts. I'm like, dude, this does not look good. It almost gave you that March Madness feel. And we're not even in March yet. And one, it took over all of the outstanding play that our guys put on the court. You had Ty Walker showing up time after time again. AJ had a good game. Hauser had a decent game. But then you see it unfold where, it's kind of the 2-minute situation in football versus like that minute to the last minute of the second half, which play-by-play is like you just the ratio of that win, the percentage of them winning based off of where we were at, 91 to 78, like it blows my mind that we lost that game in Iowa. And then you see 112 to 106. It's just like that game was closer than what that appears. But yeah, I wish we'd have won that game. We needed that one for a better seed.
Yeah, we definitely needed that one for a better seed. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be a 7-8 seed no matter what. And the calendar goes January, February, Izzo, April, May, June, July, all that stuff. And just like Coach Izzo said, there was that shining moment, that silver line in there. They played well. That minute, that last 90 seconds was really what what it was all about there that held them back. But the crazy thing is my nephew Otis, you and Jason, you met them when we were at the Maryland game. My nephew's a huge basketball fan, and ever since going to that Maryland game, he turned to be a huge Michigan State fan. So every single game he wants to watch Michigan State. And my sister, at the end of that game, she texted me, "You guys choked that one away."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Yeah, we did. We did.
We got to lose with them, right?
Yeah.
You guys. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Spartan faithful in the building. Katrina Johnson. I mean, 106 points. You had 31 from Tyson Walker. You think that was a good enough performance? He's been playing lights out the last few games, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This dude's the best guard in the conference, but wish we had a better record. Yeah. If we had a better record, I honestly be first team all Big Ten, and this dude should be up there with best guards in the nation. Bucket after bucket, lockdown defense. It's just those minute details of when we lost to Purdue, what happened? AJ Hoggart missed that one free throw. When we just lost in that, we could have went up 4. It's just he missed that one. He was perfect from the line, and then you missed that one. And then you go, 12-12, and you hit that one, and then it just erases all that progress that we had and that momentum. But these guys will be right and ready for Big Ten play. We got that one last game on Saturday, which is senior day. So we win that game, and we'll get into the Chicago run. Let's play some good ball and conference play to get ready for March Madness.
Don't forget about tonight. They have a game tonight on the road in Lincoln, Nebraska, guys.
Tough one. This is a tough one, though. This is Nebraska's rolling right now at home, and you got your boy. I call him Freddie Hoiberg. Freddie, you got Freddie, man. But those guys play great defense, and going into Lincoln, it's going to be tough. We got to play ball and just got to consistently keep the foot on the gas. Don't let up. We're playing our starters from start to finish. And so we got to be ready, willing, and let's get on the plane, get back to East Lansing, get ready for Ohio State. But this is going to be a tough battle tonight at 9 p.m.
Yeah, definitely will be a tough one, but I think Coach Iz will have those boys ready to go, and they're going to be, blood coming out their eyes and piss and vinegar. So it's definitely going to be, one of those games. And at the end of the day, we got to realize Nebraska. At the end of the day, they're a football school. Like, I get it, even though they have not been as good when they came to the 10, but they're not like you think Nebraska. Are you thinking, oh my God, you have a great basketball team?
I'm thinking volleyball because they got a phenomenal volleyball.
That is exactly.
They play football there too. It's been a while since they've been playing football at a high level, but they got a new coach there, and
ever since Scott Frost took them for all that money, swindled them.
If they waited another week, they would have gained like $7 million on that buyout. They just decided to fire him right on the spot. Big move by the boys.
That's that corn money right there, man. That corn.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Yeah, they don't play the games. I'm talking about basketball. Sticking with that, women's basketball awards came out today, gentlemen.
Yeah, you got K-Mac, man. One, if we would have had a winning season, K-Mac would be at least second team because buckets had great games where she put some good effort into. And, it's unfortunate that, we've had some of our events happen and we've been leading the top teams. Like, one, we beat Indiana. Number 2, at home. We had a good program win. We were leading Iowa until you had the phenomenal Caitlin Clark put up, points for us or for them. We were leading Maryland, number 8, and can't finish the game, and so they had some good moments. But then you got Didi. Didi is a guard who is sophomore, young. We have a young team, so the future is bright, and they're getting ready to compete for the conference tournament in Minneapolis. You got Matilda Eck, who has a nice 3-point ball, but let's cheer them on. Obviously, when they're in Minneapolis, and Theron Halleck Sportsmanship Award, freshman. She's a future guard for us as well. So cheer them on loud and proud in Minneapolis. Show your support. Let's see if we can get further down in the conference tournament. And shout out to the women's basketball program.
Absolutely.
And Susie Merchant.
Susie, yes.
She's on the mend, as everyone at, in East Lansing's on the men in their own way. Susie obviously having to recover physically, and let's hope that the girls can get this the ship righted as they head into tournament play. And we talk about and revisit the tragedy, right? The shooting that happened on campus a couple of weeks ago now. James Harden, NBA star, had a FaceTime meeting with one of the victims, guys.
Last week, a gunman killed 3 people and injured 5 more at Michigan State University. And one of the surviving students is 20-year-old John Howe. And he is a huge fan of James Harden. And according to a GoFundMe page, Howe's injuries, they've left him paralyzed from the chest down. So after reading about his story, James Harden stepped in. He sent sneakers, including one pair that was game warm, to the hospital for Howe. He contributed to his GoFundMe, set up to alleviate some of the medical bills. And he spent time encouraging the young man.
Everything will work itself out. You're strong. You're all right. You'll be all right. I promise you are. I got it. All right? Yeah, for sure. I love when you're smiling, too. Okay. I love when you smile. All right? I'm with you. I know it's tough right now. You gotta stay mentally strong. You know what I mean? You gotta just think positive things and just keep pushing. Keep fighting. For sure. I got you. I got some gifts for you, too. I got some things coming your way. So hopefully keep some encouragement. Make you smile a little bit. You know what I mean? All right. I'm with you. Let me know if you need anything else. Okay. Thanks. Got you.
Harden told me that he wanted to brighten John's day, even if it was just for 1 minute. And he knows that John's life, it's never going to be the same. And Harden, he said he gave John his phone number, made sure to let him know that they will FaceTime again soon. And hopefully, Harden told me, John will be able to come to one of his future games. So we are thinking of you, John. James Harden, that is an incredible gesture. NBA Today will be back in 60 seconds.
What a class act there by James Harden to step out and do that. No one asked him to do it. That was just beautiful. A big fan of his, John Howe, Michigan State student, getting to see his hero on the FaceTime amidst those tough circumstances.
Yeah, definitely some tough circumstances, and unfortunately, he had to meet James Harden that way. But like as Otis would say, kudos to James Harden for taking that time to go out and just brighten that kid's day. Something tragic that happens like that, and but that's why as athletes you get this platform. People always want to talk about the platform that athletes have, and some of the times to talk about it in a negative light, in a negative way. But this is something that needs to be, shine on a bigger stage. That this platform that James Harden took the time out of his schedule and everything like that to reach out to this kid who was going through hell, and all James knows is he's a friend, he's a fan of his, and really took the time to do that. Send him shoes, send him gifts, and give him uplifting words that you say that times are tough right now, but it's gonna get better.
Man, oh man,
Otis,
we've
all over the place here, bro.
I know, man.
Hey, man, doing a phenomenal job.
You took the words. You took the words out of my mouth, man. It was it's been a minute since I was doing the production piece of it, but you know what it is. It's Tuesday. It's live. We live, baby. Platform, like sports is the mecca of kind of focal point of. He didn't have to do any of that, man, and so it's just showing the Spartan strong way. We're not just alums. We are living and breathing the green and white through and through. But then you have friends of Spartans. I feel like maybe there was a Draymond Green type of, connection in that standpoint. But James Harden did it out of his own kindness, man. And that's kudos to him and his character, who he is. He's been traded a couple of times, and he's worried about this John Howe, who obviously recently, I think 2 days ago, someone posted that he's looking to get in the sports industry, and we're working behind the scenes to try to get him set up where he's going to be able to do some work, possibly with us in athletics, but also maybe for us, this is Sparta or Michigan State sports properties. But we're going to do whatever we can to put our arms around him to make sure he is going well through the healing process.
Without question. I would love to have John on the show.
Love to have him.
We got a spot for you. You know, we can do better than FaceTime you, right? We can bring you on the show, do live, come to do a show from his from wherever he's at. That'd be cool.
We
Get some
live, baby.
Yeah, we live.
Yeah.
That's right, man. Well, hats off to him and to James Harden for that great gesture. When you think about the events that had happened a week ago or 2 weeks ago now, you thought the thoughts were again brought up with the lighting of Beaumont Tower last night with the green illuminated lights. Here's a picture of it right here.
Yeah, this reminds me of UT. So, when Texas wins, their tower is lit with the orange of the eye of the Texas, the Longhorn. And this is a beautiful gesture. They also played the MSU Shadows at 8:18 p.m. Yesterday. So, one, I would love to obviously be able to hear that, because that is just a surreal / momentous celebratory, like we're putting our respects to the victims and their families. But it's still crazy. It's been 2 weeks that this happened, and we're trying to make sure we're continuously healing and we're honoring those who lost their lives and those who are still battling.
Guys, in theater, we talk about foreshadowing. So we will do a little bit of foreshadowing right here as we segue into a message from our friends over at IHOP.
At IHOP, the $6 Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity combo is back. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, and 2 fruit-topped pancakes. Only from IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every order. Dine in only. Limited time at participating locations. Prices may vary.
When you join IHOP's new rewards program, the International Bank of Pancakes, and start stacking pan coins toward free food, you get a smile on your plate. Download the app and join the rewards program today.
Well, I know what today was. It's not your anniversary, Jehuu. It is National Pancake Day today, and hopefully you got out there and were able to get a short stack on IHOP. And then if you felt it in your heart, the generosity, you could take this QR code and donate to Spartan Strong Fund to help the victims of the shooting that happened at Michigan State on campus. To talk about that, we're going to bring on, this is Sparta's own Cal, to the show, along with Keon Coleman, IHOP athlete. How you guys doing?
Hey, gentlemen. Good. How are you?
Cal, what's happening, baby?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, TV time, man. It was good to see you, doing obviously what you're doing for the brand and for the company. But one, you've obviously been a proud partner of our show, platform-wise, getting this kick-started, and obviously a partner of Michigan State Athletics. Talk about kind of, how this happened, where, you had this opportunity for National Pancake Day, and you decided to obviously get some proceeds and start to promote and fundraise for the Spartan Strong Fund.
Well, you can see Otis here. I'm still in uniform. I have not changed, so it's been a long day. But IHOP has National Pancake Day. We've been doing it for, I want to say, something like 18 years. We've always given away a free short stack. Typically it's been with, Children's Miracle Network since I can remember. IHOP has been changing their platform lately. I think they're going into a different charity. I think so what they're doing was this year, and then pre-COVID, or post-COVID, we eliminated a couple of years. We didn't market it as well. This year I said there was no national media behind it. There was nothing behind it. There was no tag for any charity. And I said, this is, unfortunately, based on the events, this is a perfect way to try to get everyone involved and to see what we can do here to raise money for it. And it just, the timing of it couldn't have been, unfortunately, like I said, couldn't have been any better.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of going in this morning and getting a stack myself.
Nice.
I have a breakfast man.
It was documented.
It was documented. I got pictures. But one, it's been just a true testament, obviously, your character, but being an alum.
Thank you.
Like you said, it was unfortunate but fortunate that we're able to direct the intention to supporting the victims and the Spartan Strong Fund. I know we have, Keon on because, before this happened, we had an event scheduled for Keon to attend Grand Rapids location. And so, we brought Keon on because we do have a legit event for him at your Brighton store or Livonia location, right?
No,
so,
at the Brighton store.
Talk about that. It's at the Brighton store. So correct me. Thank you. It's Brighton. So talk about that, and then Keon, add some context to promoting what's going to happen on Saturday.
Yeah, we're I'm excited to have Keon there. I know it's been a long time waiting. We made the announcement about a month ago. And we kind of been waiting for this event, and unfortunately something tragic happened, but we had to postpone that event. So we led with the Brighton one being March 4th from 4 to 6 this coming Saturday. And then we have pushed back the Grand Rapids one to March 18th. So 2 weeks from this Saturday, same time, 4 to 6.
Well, I'm for one excited because I will be in the house on Saturday.
You're gonna be in the house, Keon, and Steve, that is a loyal listener and fan of the show, will be there. Steve Smith, from what I understand. And we just lost Keon because we have an important question to ask, because what came up today when we were talking about the short stack and the pancakes is, how do you attack your stack? So what do you do when you're cutting or eating your stack of pancakes? Otis sent us a picture and everything was cut like pizza, like in a pizza format. Keon, I'm gonna ask you, Keon, like, how do you eat your pancakes? What do? You cut it in the lines, rows, just fork it? What do you do?
There he goes.
Oh, you back?
Yeah, man, this thing ain't tripping. What was the question? It was I heard.
We're talking about pancakes. Just pancakes. So how do you eat them? Do you cut them in a certain way, or do you just fork it? How do you stack a pancake?
I don't know, honestly. I just cut, eat.
Just cut and eat. Just cut and eat.
See, there's a method to it. Okay, let me put you guys on some game.
You got to get a real eater on here. Yeah, there you go.
Let me put you.
Yeah, Jehuu, you go for it.
Yeah, so
he's got T-bone.
A real eater.
T-bone in one hand and a fork and pancake in the other one, right?
Yeah, so the pancakes come as a stack. Boom, 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 boom. So what I like to do
is three in the stack, though. So it can't boom, boom, boom. It's three in the stack. Three in the stack.
It's a choo-choo stack. A choo-choo one on there. So what I like to do, I like to get a side plate, a bigger one of those bigger plates, not the little plates that, like the plates that comes with like the entire, like the hash brown, the T-bone, and then that. So I like one of those like oval looking plates because I like to spread my pancakes out. And then because every layer has to be individually buttered, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a method to the madness here.
Yeah,
it's the butter. It's the butter.
Yeah. There's the butter. The butter's the thing, and then you get that syrup on there.
I'm good now.
You get that syrup on there, and then you go individually each pancake at a time. I don't like to eat it stacked because it loses some syrup action.
He got a tactic for it.
All right, Jehuu, little trick to the trade, buddy. Grab your fork, you start poking the top one in, right, and then pour the syrup on top.
Yeah, and sometimes I will take it and pull and then syrup it before I bite it.
Hey, Mr. Bowman said you're a rookie. He called you a rookie. Look at that.
I'm not a rookie. No, everyone that stacks their pancakes are rookies. You got to go individual, and then because I'm that type that you'll lose a whole thing of syrup on me. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
They don't have pancakes in Canada, do they?
Man,
they have crepes.
Crepes.
Y'all really have a certain way y'all eat pancakes?
Man, look,
it's amazing.
Like an OCD. I mean, I had it like in pies and triangles, man. Like it's like quick. It's easy to put your fork in.
Mine's more like a checkerboard. You just do it in the checkerboard, and then you kind of eat the edges, and then you save the middle for the last. It's like one of those types of things. It's weird.
It ain't no edges.
My mother
circle pancake.
That's right. We're gonna put Keon in action here.
Yeah, Keon, let me tell you something. Let me explain something. That's why you look the way you do, and you perform
we look the way we do.
There's a difference. You don't even care about the pancakes like that. So that's fine. We're not gonna try to corrupt.
I think I cut it in strips. I think.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do. And I just eat as I go. I do. I don't like eating pancakes and waffles as much, bro, because I do too much with the syrup. Like I overdo it real bad.
You can never overdo it. Stop right there. You can never overdo it.
I'll use the whole thing of syrup.
Yes,
three
and that's
pancakes
fine.
On three little pancakes.
And that's fine.
My stomach start hurting. That's too
We're
much.
gonna put Keon to the test. I got some neon green food coloring for your chocolate chip pancakes Saturday, Mister. We're gonna start selling some neon Keon pancakes.
All right, bet.
I'm
first to try. You can't get to try though. I gotta try it first.
Ooh. Yeah, you do.
All right, I'm gonna try them first. I ain't eat pancakes in a minute. I ain't lying to you.
So Kia, tell the people. So you're gonna be there on Saturday, and tell them what you plan on doing. What kind of energy you want to bring to the event?
I'm trying to bring all the energy, man. I'm trying to be hyped. My last day before I go home for a while, so I'm trying to have some fun with my Michiganders. Before I come back after spring break, we could do it again. Find another location and another date. And I'm planning on giving some of the proceeds to back to the foundation for the Spartan Strong Foundation. So that's a plus. So just come out support so I can support them, have some fun.
Perfect.
I wanna just do a little competition between Jehuu and Keon eating these stacks on Saturday.
Like for speed? Is this a time?
Hey, you see Keon said no.
Hey, I'm not saying anything.
I think the most pancakes I can eat. How big are the pancakes? First off,
how big are they, Cal?
How am I supposed to describe it over here? They're 5 inches diameter.
Yeah, 5 inches. Yeah, okay.
I can work around. I give it by 4. I'll eat 4. I'm gonna lose.
Oh yeah, that's not even a warm up.
You're gonna see Chichu in action.
That ain't even a warm up.
Yeah.
I want to see how many Otis can eat. Otis versus Jay. Let's see. That's the competition. If you want to come up with the idea, you participate.
I'm sitting here trying to look like you, Keon.
You're a defensive back. You used to have to guard somebody like Keon. Okay.
Hey, man,
appreciate you guys. Seriously.
Thank you so
is
much.
Great. No, thank you for your efforts, Cal, and what you've done today with the National Pancake Day and giving the proceeds back to Spartan Strong Fund that helps the victims of the horrific shooting. And Keon, come out and support Keon, everybody, Spartan Nation, because he'll be there on Saturday. There it is right there, 8075 Nimco Way, Brighton, Michigan, 4 to 6 p.m. on Saturday. That's March 4th, coming up. Thanks for joining us, guys.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
That's that good. Like in some families, you don't get that. That's breakfast for dinner. That's that good breakfast right there. That's
Jason's gonna eat more.
We're gonna get a lot of video on this one. It'll be fun. All right, guys.
All right, appreciate y'all, man.
Right.
Good rest.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Take care. We'll see you soon.
Hey guys, we like to celebrate championships on this show. And we absolutely like celebrating championships that have never happened in the hundreds of years that Michigan State has been in existence, 1855 to be exact. Gymnastics wins a Big Ten championship 2023, the regular season, the first time in program history. And to talk about this, we are bringing on head coach Mike Rowe and Jori Jackard from the team. Welcome to This is Sparta, everybody.
How you doing?
Welcome, y'all.
First of all, before anything gets going here, I want to first come and say, like, congratulations. This is like so cool. Like all of us here, I'm not sure, but I know Otis and I, we ain't won a damn Big Ten title. And you guys, this is something that nobody can ever take away from you, Joy.
Never.
And Coach Rowe, this is something that you can never. You come back 30 years from now for a reunion with your kids. That's a banner that's going to be hanging up there. And that is so cool. And, congratulations to you guys. I'm so excited, for the trajectory of this program and the energy that Coach Rose brings to this. I've been watching, seeing the videos, following on the social media and everything like that. It's like, I'm thinking like, when can I get my daughter started in gymnastics? You know, because it's like something that's like so dope. You know, really, you know, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you so much. It really hasn't set in yet because it hasn't even been 24 hours yet. But yeah, we're pretty proud. We're pretty excited. It's been a process over the past years, but yeah, we're real thrilled.
Coach, talk about just the journey. One, you're an alum, so it's great, even greater that you're an alum, obviously, of our university. And then you have Coach Curler, Coach Jones, Curler Jones, who's also an alum. But talk about the journey leading up to it, because last season you had a successful season, got a long run in the NCAA tourney. But just talk about the journey leading up to last night when you were able to put up that trophy and celebrate with the team.
Well, it goes way back because there was a different head coach at the time that I came in there as an assistant who I'd known for a while, good friend of mine. And, you know, we were under a dark cloud for a little bit. So we were just trying to do anything we could to keep things together. And there wasn't really any kind of culture, I guess I'd call it. And so I think first and foremost, just trying to get through that mess that we had at the time and just keep the program going and keep trying to recruit as good as we could. When we both were fortunate enough to step into the head coach and associate head coach positions, that was kind of first and foremost one of the things that we felt like we needed to deal with, you know, and our program was setting up some kind of structured culture. So when kids came in, they knew exactly how things were supposed to be done and how they were supposed to go about things. And we spent a lot of time dealing with just you know, the good intangible assets and qualities that they all brought to the table. Had nothing really to do about their physical or sports talent or whatever. It was about getting along and getting to know each other and developing trust and respect and, you know, everything. Just, you know, basically the message was, if you're going to be on this team, you're going to like each other.
Yeah.
Bottom line, if you don't like each other, you're not going to be on this team. Because with gymnastics, they can have the best gymnastics in the world, and it's all what comes down to where your head is at on that given day. You could be the best student. I mean, look at Simone Biles. What happened to her in the last Olympics? It happens to gymnasts all the time. So you have to have that trust and respect and all those kind of things, camaraderie. People talk about team bonding and all that stuff. It has to be not talked about. It has to be practiced. Yeah. So we spent a lot of time on that. Obviously, we spent a lot of time on their gymnastics, and we had good gymnasts to begin with. But it was just getting them learning on, you know, they call it a team sport, but they don't compete as a team. They compete as individuals contributing to a team. You know, it's kind of weird because in our sport, on any event, we put up 6 competitors and we get a mulligan. If one person falls, we only count five scores out of that event. So, you know, they got to be able to have each other's back if someone goes down. So every given day, we got to make sure we know where their heads are at, where they come from. You know, they come from all different parts of the country or the world or whatever. They're all trained differently. They all have either great coaches or not so great coaches. And we got to try to get in their heads and figure out where they're coming from so they can all put it all together. It was a long process. And I think by trial and error, it just started coming together. And lo and behold, as that dark cloud's passing, COVID hits us. So it was just like, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. We just keep getting slammed. And we lost our whole season in 2020, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And, you know, at the time, you know, this is when mental health was coming around, the big concern of all the sports and everything. And they thought having all the student athletes on campus would be great for their mental health. Well, half the time they were quarantined in a dorm or a apartment or whatever, and they couldn't be together and they couldn't train anyway. So I think it was even worse. We spent a lot of time working on ourselves and working on each other. And I think that's the turning point of the program, when everybody started understanding that, you know, it's not about who can beat each other out for a lineup spot or whatever, but it's having the trust, having each other's back, you know, really getting to know each other inside and out. And, you know, Michigan State, I would say all of our sports, how it's very easy to, we are a Spartan family. A lot of other schools talk about their sports families, their mascots families, and how they're such a tight-knit family. I don't think we need to talk about it because we demonstrate it, and people see it all the time. They see it in our meets. They see how close we are. They see how much fun we're having, and it's basically all about that for these kids. It's if they're not having a good time, they're not going to be doing good gymnastics. So we go out there and we're just like, turn it on, and most of the time we don't have to tell them. I just say stand back, and they take over and they go.
So,
awesome.
yeah,
that's in a nutshell.
Joy. So Coach talked about the dark cloud that was over Michigan State gymnastics, and coming in and changing the culture. And what was that culture shift, and when did you realize that wow, we're building something special here? To at the end of the day, win a Big Ten title.
Yeah, I think it's definitely when we started to really think outside of ourselves and just really get to know each other and embrace each other and just allow people to show who they truly are and just make a comfortable environment where everybody wants the best for everyone, and we create such a happy environment, and it's just so fun. And just changing that, I think, mostly branched from really just stepping outside of ourselves and being there for each other and continuing to push towards our goals and communicate. And yeah.
So I want to ask her a question real quick. Jori. So
Jehuu, let's straight ask a question.
So you're a native of Hazlitt, right? Hazlitt. So you were close to the program while it had the dark cloud going, and you were transitioning. Like, what was it that drew you to the program with Coach Rowe here as he's talking about it? Because like myself, I know, and then I know these guys will agree. Like when you get a campus at Michigan State, you realize quickly, who the tougher sports teams are. And, for me, gymnasts were right up there. I mean, maybe in front of football in a lot of ways because of the toughness that you guys display. You put your bodies on the line, and people don't give you the credit for that. And the mental toughness that you have to have in order to do what you do on a consistent basis. But to have a dark cloud on top of that, what drew you to Coach Rowe and to this program, which now you start to see the fruits of that as a senior?
It was wanting to really make a change and make an impact. I mean, Spartan Nation is just such a special place that's it just drew me towards it because I wanted to help create an even better environment and really just show what we are capable of, because it's just something that was important to me and I was so drawn towards it. I've honestly always liked blood green since I was little, and I wanted to continue doing that and just help empower and move the program forward in any way that I could.
I'm a Hazlitt resident. Proud of you. That's like me being Canadian, but I'm not. We have everyone on this show has a close tie to one of the most loyal, supportive Michigan State, alums and donor supporters, and Harriet, Dean, and Lee, right? And so, talk about Harriet, talk about Lee, but talk about the support that the people that are with you from when it wasn't as not attractive, but it wasn't as notable. You weren't winning, but then they knew they were already supporting you all, and you were putting in that work. But talk about Harriet and Lee and other supporters that kind of helped step in and just continuously put their arms around you and supported you all.
Yeah. So, wait. Sorry, the question was.
Yeah, Harriet and Lee. Lee, remember Harriet and Lee? Dean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their support has just always been very encouraging to us, and just knowing that they had our backs no matter what was always encouraging, and it made us want to never settle and just continue pushing towards our goals and continuing to make history. Honestly, they're very impactful like towards our program and like our mindsets of like what we wanted to accomplish.
There she is.
She's
talking right there.
The talent and athleticism is amazing.
Here it's all the way from Mexico chiming in here. How many cervezas are we having now? Joy, the big thing with this is like, okay, so you captivate your senior season with a Big Ten championship. Like I'm telling you, you can't go out any better. What's your message? I know the season's not over. The season's so far from over for you guys. But what's your message to someone, a recruit that's thinking about coming to Michigan State, or the younger guys, the younger girls that are in the program, and the message that you would relate to them, as to why this should become a Spartan?
I would say like the character that it like builds within you, like it takes you go on this journey where it's just sorry. I think I would just tell them that. Can you repeat the question? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're
I feel like there was like so many routes I wanted to take. I was like, I don't know. There's so much I would want to say.
Oh, just be you. Be you. Just be you.
Take all around.
Yeah. It's just what would you say to someone that's a recruit, thinking about possibly coming to Michigan State, or to a freshman in the program?
I would just tell them that they're in for something fun and that they are here to make a change and really embrace what it means to be a Spartan Dawg. That's something that we truly live by as a team. Like we're constantly saying it. We're always barking. Like we are one team. Like we're Spartan Dawgs. We're going to get after it. We're going to bite down. We're, it's like.
Coach Rowe's eating.
Yeah, we're always eating.
Is that right, Coach?
That's what's up.
It's such a fun environment that I think it's something that they would be should be very excited to be a part of. And yeah.
I love it. So another question to you, like, because I watch, seeing Coach Rowe, I follow him on social media. I see when I watch and everything like that. It's like, how is he at practice?
Give us an impersonation. Be careful.
Oh boy.
How is he?
Here we go.
This is a great.
Jori, we're good friends, right?
Well, oh goodness, he's just so funny. Like he's very relaxed, chilled. Like I don't know, he supports us, but he always like when to like take a step back, and he's just so funny. Always telling us stories. It's never a moment where it's like cutthroat. Like we got to get this done. Like he makes it very embracive, very fun. So many memories I'll never forget. Just being over on his bar rotations. It's a fun time.
Well, we all witnessed.
Thanks, Jor.
He's like, no, you're safe. You're safe now. You're safe. We all witnessed. I mean, the nation was tuned in when we were playing. You guys were competing against that team down the road. And you grew up, obviously, green and white through and through. And I'm sure you have that same boiled, not say hatred, but hatred towards them. But we all witnessed that competition and the atmosphere. Just talk about the highlight of that meet, and then obviously beating them in our home in Jenison. Just talk about that and give Spartan Nation who's looking just a kind of glimpse of what that feeling was.
Honestly, it just felt like we made Spartan Nation proud. I mean, it was something that we had our hearts like set on, and it was a goal of ours. And to accomplish something like that and going against like a rivalry it was so much fun. It was very exciting. Just a very happy, heartfelt moment where we realized, what we truly are capable of, and finally seeing that all our hard work had paid off just felt amazing, and just felt like we made Spartan Nation proud.
You definitely did.
For 100%. And Jori, I'm going to ask you. Bars is your favorite, right? Is that your best event?
Yes.
All right. So you got like a 9925, right?
Yes.
That's your career high. That's what the street is telling me. So
Big Ten Specialist of the Week.
What of the week? So Coach, I want to ask you, what is the attributes that you look for in being able to compete at a high level for bars? Because Jehuu always is asking me about it, but I just don't have the background in gymnastics that you have, Coach. Like, to help him achieve greatness in the bars, what would he need to be?
Well, it's interesting because gymnastics stems from a lot of skills, tricks, flips, and everything on the floor. And there's math, and the relationship you brought between the physical intensity and mental intensity, comparing it to football is I think is very similar, because I consider us a contact sport. You come in contact with the floor. You hope you come in contact with the floor on your feet and not on your head or on your back of your neck. But so gymnastics, tumbling, vaulting all begins on the floor. You feel a little safer. You get up on the balance beam on that 4-inch wide 16-foot thing, and you got to balance on this balance beam, where uneven bars is a little bit a combination of everything. You're flipping, flying, releasing, recatching, and trying not to hit the floor until you have to land on your feet. So I think there's obviously strength, there's timing, there's rhythm, there's a certain type of swing, there's shapes and perfect handstands, stuck landings. It's a little bit of everything combined into one. And I consider it the most difficult, but it's the most fun, and it's the most fun to coach. But there's obviously a lot of technique to the sport in itself. I just think in order to be good at uneven bars, which Jori is very good, you got to have all that together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Coach,
you got it together, Jori. You hear that?
Yeah.
He knows how I feel.
Coach, just like, what made this team so special?
It's interesting because kind of like when we were talking about changing the culture and COVID, we lost our season. Once things were coming back together, when we were starting to, grind and get going again, things were a little bit, back to normal. Our last year's senior class, Team 48, this is Team 49, 49th women's gymnastics team here at Michigan State. Team 48, we had 5 seniors that when the national rankings came out in preseason, the coaches poll, they had us at 36th out of 82. And we were like, don't think so. And then the Big Ten had us at like number 8 out of 10. We're like, really don't think so. And we were sitting in the gym one day, stretching or whatever, and talking about what people thought about all that. And a couple of seniors were like, wouldn't it be cool if we were just like the Cinderella story and we came out of nowhere and proved them wrong, and just took little baby steps every week along the way, and came out and surprised everybody. And that's exactly what they did. They all of last year, they went from point here to 9th in the country, the super regional, but finishing the highest ranking ever in program history. We lost those 5 seniors. They all graduated, went on to different parts of their lives, and they're all very successful. This group of 5 freshmen came in and jumped on these guys, on Jori and hello, losing my mind, on our captain's wagon, and kind of the culture was informed, had taken shape, and they just jumped on the bandwagon and went go, and they literally picked off right where we left off. So we lost to Alabama in the Super 16 to go into the national finals last year by 0.425. Alabama invited us down to our opener this year on the road, and just being in an SEC environment, on an SEC platform, on a program that's got 7 national championships under its belt, always strong, invited us down there. And our girls they could have cared less who was in there. They went in there and we scored almost the exact same score we left off with last year, 4 tenths behind Alabama. We literally gave Alabama the meat. So they picked up where they left off, and they haven't let anything get in the way this year. They're doing the same thing. They're just keeping on going. Let's see what we can do. Let's just go.
This is coming. This question is coming from my fundraising days. I was a fundraiser at Michigan State Spartan Fund when I got my start in sports. Right. I want you to just tell Spartan Nation, like, what do you need? What does the program need? What do our girls need to take the next step? Obviously, we still got a long runway for the rest of the season, still competing, but to get the program to where we want it to go, where you want it to go, what do we need? And what do we need to maintain that level of competition, championship mindset? Tell us what you need so that Spartan Nation can hear this, but also, start to bring in some support more than what you're getting now.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, we're in Jenison Fieldhouse on the 3rd floor. That's where I trained when I was here in the 80s. Okay. We have wonderful equipment and all that kind of stuff. It's more of and this is interesting because we're such a kind of aesthetic, artistic sport. And obviously everybody likes new everything. We have everything capable of getting us what we need, except we're to a point where we never used to get 5-star recruits even to come to campus. And because of last year, it's opened a lot of people's eyes, and we're getting 5-star recruits to our campus, getting excited. We're top 3, all this kind of thing. What's actually being said is our facility is kind of antiquated, and it's not about the function of it or anything like that. It's just the appearance and that old school type of thing that we're losing 5-star recruits. Now, we've been fortunate enough to get some, and we have 2 or 3 on our team right now. We have some 4-star recruits. We're doing really well, but to get them here and to keep them here is kind of difficult because we don't have that. And there are talks of things down the line and all that kind of stuff, but whether it's a renovation of the 3rd floor, which would work perfectly, or a standalone facility, it would work too. But there's a lot of Olympic sports at MSU that are in the same kind of boat right now. They'll do better when we kind of keep up with the Joneses when it comes to facilities.
Yeah, and one of those things I think is more that exposure side of things like that. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the comments and stuff, and poor Harriet, she's being peppered here because everyone wants a poster.
Right.
They want the gymnastics poster, and I know, like, they're coming up. You wear pink to get it, and you get in free for the on Sunday and everything like that. But there's a ton of people want posters, and Harriet is taking I think right now she's writing checks that she might not be able to cash because there's a lot of posters. How can these people get
them for?
That's
I'm a supplier.
He's a supplier.
I don't know if you know or not, but Harriet Dean is our Boosters Club president.
Yeah, we know.
I know. Yeah,
she raises every dime for us. That woman is. I call her Majesty.
Yeah,
she's the queen of MSU Gymnastics.
I want to help out Harriet so she doesn't have to mail out all the posters and everything. If people want posters, how can they get posters?
They just send an email to wgym@ath.msu.edu and we'll send them one.
Perfect. Joy, question for you, because we ask all the football players that come on the show this, and Coach, you got to be thinking too, because you're going to get the same thing. So all the football players that come on the show, and you mentioned the word Spartan Dawg, so you're a Spartan Dawg through and through, and you will continue to be as you go on through your life. So the uneven bars is meet day. You're about to go out there. What are you listening to? And do you listen to music before your meet? What are you listening to?
I love to listen to the song "Run This Town" by Rihanna. It's I can't think the lyrics right now, but it gets me going. And we listen to that in the room too. So it's like a song that makes us want to get after it, type.
Would you like me to sing it for you?
I was going to say,
no, we're not going to do that. We're not.
Jehuu was about to start singing it when you said,
"Oh my God, Coach,
I don't care.
Stop it."
Coach, what about you? What about you? Do you listen to music before a game or before?
I really don't. I'm more of an observer and a pacer. Pacing keeps me not. I guess it doesn't look like I'm relaxed or whatever, but observing them and their antics and some of the games they play out before warm-up start and that thing. We have pretty much accepted the fact that on meet day, we're not going to teach them anything new. Okay, it's there or it's not, and if it's not, they're probably not in the lineup. So it's there.
How's it going?
Yeah.
I'm just being real, you know.
Just keep it real.
I want them to know that they have our confidence. We're fully confident in what they can do. We don't want them doubting themselves. There is no reason they should be doubting themselves. They've been doing most of these skills since they were 3, 4, 5 years old, like way too much. So we don't want to make them do any more than they have to. So, you know, observing them and watching their little antics, they're crazy. If you haven't been to a gymnastics team, I love my kids, but they're crazy. And, you know, there's a couple generations here difference and all that kind of stuff, but I love it when they're crazy. There's a little bit of me in there because I'm a little crazy. I'm glad she didn't go too far into it, but I just love to watch them. I swear I sometimes don't feel like I have a job because I'm so fortunate for what I do and coaching these kids. And, you know, we don't have them for that long. And in an instant, it's like a revolving door. They're gone. So, you know, just helping make that mark in their life and hope they're coming out being the best version of themselves that they can be and just, you know, get it done.
So yes. So another piece to that, Coach. I'm sorry, Stray. I know I'm hogging all the questions here. I know. After we're done, they're gonna get on me for hogging all the questions. But you know, like we talk about music. Coach, you always do the nines now. You always, you know, booted and booted. What goes into your pregame outfit selection now?
Well, I know what's hurting it right now is I'm still blaming everything on COVID. I'm still living and trying to peel myself off away from DoorDash. So I have like four suits that fit me, and maybe here in a couple of weeks ago I'll be able to branch out and wear some of my better ones.
That's awesome. Jori, what are you majoring? Yeah, what are you majoring in? Jori. What are you doing after school? Because I know that you still got time left, but I want to fast forward your last year. But like, what's your plans after gymnastics after you're done?
Yeah, so I'm majoring in psychology right now, and I just applied to a social science here at MSU for grad school next year. Still debating on possibly a 5th year here next year, so we'll just have to see.
That's awesome. Yeah, and so tell us about the meet on Sunday.
Oh, it was so much fun, very exciting. We just kind of went out there and just pressed play, kind of just did what we know how to do and really just have fun and enjoy it. I think that's something our team is very good at doing, is just having fun and embracing the moment and being there for each other. And obviously you can tell we're always screaming for each other. I know I talked to a lot of the girls today in person, and we're like, my voice, like we couldn't, like, you know, our voices are kind of dead just because we're always screaming. So it was such a great feeling to, you know, see that trophy and like get our hats and get our t-shirts. It was very fun.
Absolutely. I mean, it looked like a fantastic celebration right there. I saw, was that Alan Haller, athletic director?
Yeah.
Handed the trophy over to you, Coach.
I saw him he's jumping a little bit.
Yeah, he's jumping a little bit. He's excited. I mean, that was great. I mean, I need one of those gymnastics got the good gear sometimes.
They got the good gear. So I'm
you can give Jehuu with those tights. He will shut up. I swear to God. If you give him those gray tights, he won't talk again for the rest of this interview.
Big tight guy. And so I'm planning on, you know, my wife, my daughter, I'm planning on bringing them to the meet this weekend here. So for all our listeners and stuff like that, tell us about the time and everything like that, what the cause that's behind the meet and everything.
Yes. So, okay, for Friday, we're at Eastern Michigan with Eastern Michigan, Long Island. Then Sunday at 1:00, we're back in Jenison. And it's the Jan Howard Memorial Breast Cancer Awareness Meet, which we've been doing every year for probably decades. Started a long time ago. Angela Howard is now Angela Monty. She works in our Student Athlete Support Services Center and works with all the student athletes at Michigan State. You probably even know her.
We know her way too well.
Yeah, so it's actually in memory of her mother. who passed away from breast cancer back in the day. And Ange and her daughters come in at the end and hand out awards, the flowers for the girls who have, make it on the podium or whatever. But they're doing all sorts of things this year with our marketing department. Not only, if you wear pink, you get in free or whatever, but there are kits that they're looking for and certain things that go with people who are cancer survivors or who are maybe undergoing chemotherapy or whatever, certain needs that they have. So they put these kits together for people that are currently undergoing chemotherapy and, working their journey, their path to get through it and go back into remission. So there's all different ways. There's we're actually going to be putting a lot of social media up this week explaining every way you can get in free. There's a lot of different ways. So that with bringing the awareness, everybody's going to be wearing pink. And then we'll have Bowling Green and Long Island University in a tri-meet, 3 events all going at once. You're going to see some really good gymnastics. One program, Long Island University, this is only its 3rd year. They were added 3 years ago by actually one of the assistant coaches who used to coach here at Michigan State, Randy Lane. He is their head coach now and is doing a really great job with them in their only 3rd year around. And then Katie Minnesota, who is the head coach at Eastern Michigan, was also an assistant coach over here at Michigan State at the same time. So all 3 head coaches have an affiliation. Carrie Turner, who coaches Bowling Green, not so much, but I know there are a lot of staff and faculty from Michigan State that come from Bowling Green. I think that's interesting, but not with gymnastics. So it should be a great weekend. Our meets generally last 1.5 to 2 hours max. There's a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Definitely a good bang for your buck and definitely a good cause.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Otis is, one that always
I'll be there. I'll be there too.
To that stuff. So I will be there as well. And looking forward to it. Really appreciate, you guys for coming on the show today. And, Joy, you're Big Ten champion. How does that feel?
Congrats! Big Ten champs.
First ever.
I'm proud of our
First ever. That's right, Coach. You'll never live that one down. That's the best, man. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you both for coming on the show and spending time with us here on This is Sparta. We truly do appreciate it and we're honored.
Hey, thanks for having us, guys, man. It was a lot of fun.
Thank
Anytime.
You,
oh, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll see you this weekend.
See you this weekend.
Go Green.
Play some Rihanna.
Some Rihanna and some Go Green. Thank you. That's perfect. Guys, that was awesome, man. Jehuu, thank you for the questions. That was great.
There we go. I think
you could have been a little heavier on the questions. I think so, but that's okay. Champs! That's right, Donald.
Champs is here.
Yeah, man. The champs are here. Yes, man. So, look, incredible. Gymnasts are most powerful, mental toughness type athletes that are on the planet, in my opinion. Who puts their body on the line more? Maybe UFC? Maybe.
Look, that's a good question because there's a lot of air, and you are
right, man. If you're a degree off on that landing, man, hey, look, it ain't good.
That's trusting your routine, sticking to it because just one slight issue, man, it can go different.
They keep coming back.
So it's good to. They were winning with what they have, which is great. But you heard them say, we need facilities. We need facility. We need to support our women, and we're doing it. And but we're going to catch up. And so
we need better Olympic sports facilities. Period.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
It's part of that is people showing up and showing out for them, and making it forcing your university to be like, all this support's coming. We have to do something. That's part of it. We have to show up and we have to support these teams.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about wrestling having an outstanding season, outstanding play.
Another Olympic sport.
Just other Olympic sports are leveling up and rising up. So I know our team is tipping off now. I've been seeing the comments tip-off's about to happen. And
this is correct.
One, let's cheer on our guys. Let's get that dub. But this was a great show, man. I'm glad that we had on gymnastics and Coach Rowe, and just so happy for them, man. It's just to win a championship because to your point, we didn't get to win one, And I only know we would have been going crazy, acting sillier than what
y'all
we
go crazy anyway.
This is
Y'all
true.
ain't win one.
But
Imagine
we would have
if
got
we won
real
one,
silly.
Oh,
Hey.
if we won a Big Ten title, you could not tell me nothing.
Man, we was close. We were
We
close.
still can't tell you nothing.
You can't,
It's all right.
can't tell him nothing now, man.
Hey, well, everybody, we all love you. You know, hey, man, that was great, man. Special thanks to Coach Rowe and Jori for being on the show, man. Any final comments for you, Jehuu, since you did have questions? I'm going to give you one more chance to have final comments for today.
Hey, I just want to say thank you, Otis. Thank you, Jason, for being my co-host.
Oh, my God. Get that man a stack of pancakes.
I say, hey, come out there. Come out to see Keon on
Yes.
Saturday. I will be there as well. So you can hee ha ha with me too. But come out to see him. Support a good cause.
There it is right there. 8075 Nemco Way, Brighton, Michigan, 4 to 6 p.m. Saturday. That's March 4th, if you don't know. March 4th in
4
Brighton.
days before my wife's
Keon
birthday.
Coleman. I mean, hey, y'all hey, let me tell you guys something. Get next to him, take some pictures with, because this is going to be a star. This is a guy that you're going to see in the Super Bowl, something like that. He's going to be a very hot commodity in the NFL someday. So take it while you can get it. And it'll be great memorabilia for you for the rest of your life. He is a class act and a great athlete. So, guys, I appreciate you guys being on the show today. Otis, as always, dual citizenship with the, being a producer and on-air talent. And Jehuu with the most questions in history. That's outstanding by you.
How often do you talk to a Big Ten champ?
Tony in the background.
Tony
Costello.
Tony G, baby.
Up, man.
We love it.
And don't forget Miss Alicia.
Listen, we know. Alicia Strayhorn. I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta. Have a good night. God bless and go green.
Go wide.
This is Sparta MSU as a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Pete Menez with additional support from Tony Costello. Operations and social media support is provided by Alicia Strayhorn with support from Cecily Max Brown. On-location technical support is provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our hosts Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest, this is Sparta News. Please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.